Hello everyone, welcome to today's water cooler chat where we talk about all things Livepeer, whether it's delegating, orchestrating, broadcasting, transcoding, or anything to do with the Livepeer ecosystem. We're here to ask questions and get answers. Today we have an agenda ahead of us. We have a guest speaker or a guest Q&A session with LordWaffl. LordWaffl comes and joins us from the Theta network in that side of the Web3 space, and do a bit of a Q&A session with him in the first half of this water cooler chat. So first we'll start with introductions and then we'll hop straight into the Q&A session. So I'll start with myself. I'm Titan, been running the Titan node orchestrator since April of 2021. And today my topic is actually around Lens protocol and getting HLS support as a post type for Lens, and then maybe we can push the Lens team to do that, and so maybe a strategy around that would be really good. So that's my topic. Ben, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hey guys, been running Authority Null, the orchestrator node, for about almost 2 years now. Time has absolutely flown. No topics here. Definitely looking forward to the Theta discussion now.
Very good. Thank you so much for joining us. Papa Bear, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Sure. I am Papa Bear. Been running the solar farm orchestrator since July of 2021. And I would like to get feedback from anyone that's been looking at the Brad's new selection tests. I don't know the right term for it. Selection test thing he's put up. It's running in New York and EU now, and after the discussion, I'd like to just get people's opinions on it and see what they think of it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, opinion on the Brad's test stream selection.
Yeah, like the data that's there. Is there stuff that not that I add it, but that I've been talking to Brad quite a bit while he's been working on this.
Hey.
Oh, Brad's here? No,
Hamas is here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, since Brad's not here, I figured I would try and collect some of that info for him and get throw it his way.
Very good. Could you post a link in the chat?
I will post. I will do that. Yes, right now.
Very good. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us, Papa Bear. LordWaffl, would you like to do a quick introduction? I know we'll go through a full Q&A session where we'll learn a lot about you, but you want to start with a quick intro and maybe a topic or question you have for this water cooler.
No problem. So I'm LordWaffl. I'm a Canadian person, and I am an old ambassador from Theta TV, and I was a new member of Livepeer Discord, and also a new streamers on Xenon. What they actually use Livepeer as they transcoding.
Very good. Thank you for joining us, and great to have you. Frank, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Yeah, good evening everyone. I'm Frank. I'm running Ultima Show node since more than 2 years now, and I have no topics tonight. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you for joining us. Transmental, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hey, I'm Zach, CPO at Xenon, and don't really have a topic, just here to listen to my friend LordWaffl speak, and I might have some comments about your topic, Titan, on the Lens HLS thing. That's all.
Very good. I like it. Thank you so much for joining us. Maddie, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hey, my name's Maddie. I'm actually in the hackathon, which Livepeer is helping produce with ETH Global. And I was first learned about Livepeer probably more back in ETH Bogota and just like some of the stuff that was going on there. And I really like that they're supporting the hackathon. In terms of a comment about topic, come hang out in the Discord, maybe support the hackathon people. Were interested in this idea of attestations that some of the Livepeer team put forward, which is like, making sure that the content creator is sort of like signed onto their their piece, and there's a bunch of other cool things. So shout out the Livepeer team. Awesome work everybody's doing.
Very good. Maddie, which part of Discord would you recommend us coming to visit if we wanted to have this conversation?
So that would be, I guess, in the yeah, you know what? Probably only some certain, like, maybe Livepeer team goes over there, I guess, because it's the ETH Global Discord, which is, you know, one of the larger hackathons. It says the ETH Global Discord, and there's probably like 20 people building with Livepeer right now. And then the Livepeer team put forward some of their latest ideas that they liked, you know, to see. So we get to, like, I think they also provided early access to a new component from the Livepeer team, the hackathoners. So anyway, that's all really.
Yeah, so
cool
it's
stuff.
the ETH Global Discord channel, and the channel would be like the Livepeer channel within there.
Yeah, and it may be under the ETHFS, which is the file storage hackathon. So it's very cool because it's all about file storage and Livepeer we can use to get, you know, video and things. So ETHFS is what it's called. ETH file storage, ETHFS.
Very cool. Are you able to
Hopefully
drop Are you able to drop a share link in the
Yeah, let me see if I can
chat?
actually. You know that sometimes they just gate the hackathon stuff if you're actually in it or if you're on the team, you know, because it's the little dev chats. But let me send it, brother.
Yeah, great. See if you can find a link and then share it in the chat room here.
Oh, look, I can. Okay, here we go.
Awesome. I'll let you do that, but thank you, Maddie, for joining us. I appreciate you joining us.
Cheers.
Chase Media, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hi everyone, it's Chase here with Chase Media. I've been running the node since, I guess, April of last year. Haven't been here for ages, so I've missed everyone. I hope everyone's really good. And just listening in on the speaker today and hear what's been going on. Thank you.
Great, thank you for joining us. Speedy Bird, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hey everybody, Speedy Bird. I've been orchestrating now for about 7 months. I'm kind of in the process of switching out some hardware components, so you know, kind of focused on that at the moment, but nothing too crazy. I'll just get myself in a more financially sound position with the orchestrator setup. Anyway, no topics for me today. Happy to listen in.
Very good. Thank you for joining us, Speedy Bird. Hamas, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hey everyone, yes, Hamas. I'm totally new beginner in this field and I'm seeking to learn something and just listening in. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you for joining us, Hamas. And R, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic? R, are you with us? R ...
I don't see an R ... You talking to
I was
Ramen?
going to say the
Cash?
same thing.
Oh, is it Ramen? It shows
Yeah.
R ... for me.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
you're on streaming Discord, so it's why we see ...
Oh, what?
But it's a ramen cache.
Oh, Ramen
Yeah.
Cache. Oh, why? Streamer mode enabled. What is that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you could disable that.
What does
If
it
you
just
want.
abbreviate people's that are too long?
It just hides certain info, I think. I don't know why.
It's actually about you haven't recognized it before because it came with the new Discord update with the handles. So now if somebody doesn't set a handle for their Discord account when you're on streamer mode, it'll abbreviate their Discord ID, I believe.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
It's not a thread about it. It's because, yeah, they just did a Discord, like now they're kind of phasing out the Discord ID thing with the numbers, probably because scams and whatnot. So yeah, it's about the new handle thing.
All
So
right,
that's
well,
why you've never seen it before.
That makes it more complicated. Okay, so Ramen, could you introduce yourself and a topic?
Hey, what's going on? Ramen Cash. I'm really upset about the ... thing. I really feel left out because Discord just asked me to update my username and I submitted it. So I actually don't know what's going on, but I'm more here for like an educational piece to listen in, cheerlead for all my Zeeples over at Xenon, and you know, shout out to Lord Waffles who got me set up with the Titan nodes. So I've been Transcoder, not that long, but I just keep getting more and more bullish on it when I find out more about, Livepeer, the capabilities, what there is to offer, and then what this can do for the people that are looking to stream on platforms like Xenon in terms of, interoperability and, just kind of bullish on the whole thing. So more here to learn and listen.
Very
Z
cool.
polls. I
Yeah,
love
dude.
it.
That's amazing. Zeeples. Well, thank you for joining us, r ... For the people watching this on Xenon right now, you'll see what my screen looks like. So I believe just because I'm in streamer mode, it that is abbreviated your name. Everyone else, it probably looks normal. So, yeah. For the people viewing this on Xenon or anywhere else, yeah, that is Raman. Thank you for joining us, Raman. Jason, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hi everyone, I'm Jason. I'm running Everest node, Oxtrader. I don't know if anyone knows. I've been out for a while, so I wasn't here for like many of the weekly chats. I'm here to listen, to catch up everything that has happened, and well, it's good to see you again, everyone.
Very good. Thank you for returning to us, Jason. Great to have you back. All right, cool. We've done introductions. If anyone else is in the audience that wants to feel free, come up and do an introduction or hang out, please just raise up your hand and I'll get you up on stage. Okay, so what we have in front of us is a guest Q&A session with LordWaffl. LordWaffl, why don't you start off a little bit about kind of the beginning. So I'll do a quick introduction. LordWaffl comes from Theta TV, and I met LordWaffl through a Xenon while live streaming and watching him, and it's been very entertaining. And I discovered he was from Theta and was transitioning over to more Livepeer built applications. So, LordWaffl, do you want to start us off with your background with Theta, maybe how you got into it, and yeah, what makes you interested in this space?
Yeah, perfect. So I was a former ambassador about Theta.tv. It's actually supposed to be a decentralized platform, but they actually deplatforming today. Since 2 years or 3 years ago, it called Sliver.tv. Sliver.tv was the same owner as Theta Network, and so there it's similar things, similar technologies as Livepeer. But in some way they actually own everything, the network, the blockchain, transcoder, everything. And I just ask over there to put me off the ambassadors. I don't want to be associated with them since I just discover many things. 2 years ago, I was earning about 2 or 3K just by earning T-Fuel. Basically, T-Fuel is a child of Theta token. It's based on T-Fuel, so more you watching stream, more you actually participating to streaming there, you get a pool. And on that pool is actually calculated by T-Fuel. So for the viewers and for the streamers, you earning T-Fuel. And with the T-Fuel, you can withdraw and having a money. But you cannot withdraw into MetaMask or some kind of, like, you literally have a deposit on your bank account. So for me, that's not make sense about crypto at all. But yeah, so I was ambassador there. I just actually introduced to many partner over there. I was partnered with GamerGoo. That actual name is Clutch, I think. It's like a goo that you put on your end, and you're ready to go for gaming, not having a sweaty end. They also get partnered with some many brand like Google, apparently Sony, many brands. But I don't know why Google. I never had a clue why Google and Sony. They never talking about it on Twitters, and that was like a little weird about Theta itself. One after like 1 year ago, they actually opened a new project called Theta Drop, which you actually can buy NFTs with their new crypto that's common. It's T Drop. It's another child of T Fuel and Theta token. So the basics project of like Theta Drop is to be linked or associated with Theta TV. Basically, it's a marketplace where you buy some NFTs. They actually have Katy Perry. They have like other brand names. I think it's World Poker Tour, Fail Army, Diane Warwick. They have like many brands, but I'm pretty sure again that Theta Drop made Katy Perry partner with them, and she doesn't know what's going on there because I bet like she don't know she was there. It's a pretty weird, and this is why I actually also make a decisions to tell them I don't want to be associated anymore with Theta TV. And 2 years after the hype was gone, everything was gone. I see my audience over there as a streamers decreased a lot because it's no even more possible to earning any T fuel from there. You cannot any earn T fuel while you're watching. It was really awful, and the staff over there was not active anymore. The dev was not active. So much happening over there, and a big wave of ban happened on the website. So if you go on Theta TV today, you will see the website decreased a lot of amount of streamer there, just cause like it's not possible to earning any T fuel, not possible to having any donations from anybody, cause like nobody want to invest that. And we also see that Theta tokens drop a lot. I think it's like 1 or 2 days ago. The value of the coin market for Theta tokens decreased a lot more. It was like $1 value for the Theta tokens. And the days I was ambassadors for the T fuel, it was like I think 50 cents. I earned a lot of money over there. It was really great. I was the most hyper streamer over there, like I do right now on Xenon. I was the streamer, the first streamer that's twerking on stream over Theta. Yes, I twerk. And I do like a party stream with a flashlight, with like smoke and everything laser on stream. And I was like 50 people watching me, 70, and I was invited to Ultra platform. Ultra, basically, it's a gaming platform where you buy games and you can sell items in the games for NFTs and stuff. And I was like 73 viewers when it was Ultra partner with me on Theta. So many brands also left Theta TV for a good reason. As an example, if I'm talking about GamerGoo, they disappear from the platform. If we're talking about G Fuel, G Fuel was partner with Theta. I don't know what's going on with G Fuel, but they completely disappear from the platform. We also have Gala Games. They disappear from the platform. We also having Ultra disappear from the platform. Alt Custom, World Premiere. I don't know how it's called, like the Poker Tour left the platform. So many brands left for some reason recently. I really don't know what's happened over there, but it's the main reason why I just quit Ambassadors. So it's pretty interesting because they bring a feature called Edge Cast Node. So you actually can have full benefit of like Web3 streaming and decentralized stream by starting an Edge stream. What the fuck is Edge stream? It's actually a software that use the same things as you example running in Titan nodes transcoder server, but you actually open that software and you can directly have a stream link for decentralized streaming. You start Edge, and the people that want to watch you on decentralized stream need to having the Edge stream as well. This is way different as the Livepeer right now.
Waffle, can I just pause you for a sec?
Yeah.
Because this introduction has spawned, like, I think I wrote down about 7 questions. So there's like 500 rabbit holes we can go down. So I just want to.
Yep.
I just want to hop in here. So, you know, you've explained a lot. You came from Theta TV. You're an ambassador over there, and you have a wealth of information and knowledge coming from that ecosystem. I just want to start just with some very pointed questions. Not pointed, just specific, and we're going to start kind of peeling back the layers a bit. Let's just start off at the high level. What was your role as an ambassador? What did an ambassador look like? Like, what was your daily activity? What was your mandate? What tasks did you do?
So, as an ambassadors in Theta TV, we never know yet what to do. And they actually choose about 10 or maybe 11 people choice randomly to be ambassadors. And I was invited into the Discord ambassador sections, and nobody know what their role is. So basically, it was probably just a powder in the face that you have the biggest ambassador's role and you can flex on it on the website. They never decided what's going on with them. So I was supposed, I think, to representing the website most as possible. I think I was supposed to bring a people because I was ambassadors. And because I was ambassadors, I received a special gift from there. I mean, they sent me merch. They sent me lots of T-Fuel. They also promised me I will be in the front page most of the time, and I'm still on the front page. I will also have a special drop with my special crate, because there you can chat with the streamers, and the streamer are gonna give you a called prize, but it's a fake prize. It's like emote, ooh, and you got like your special crates with your logo on it. So the
Definitely.
ambassador status, we don't know what it is,
Okay.
and still it's still running as ambassadors. I think like there's plenty of ambassadors there. Like you can see on their Discord, they have ambassadors, but they do nothing. Literally, it's do nothing. It's just actually a powder in the face that, oh wow, you got ambassador status. You're really important, purple. So
Yes.
yeah.
How many ambassadors were there on the Theta network?
I think today it's like probably like I would not say like Theta Network because it's like more in
Sorry,
Theta
Theta
TV.
TV. Yeah, of course.
Because Theta Network on Theta TV, by the way. But it's how many ambassadors is running today? I think it's about 10.
Okay.
But if you DM one of the ambassadors, I think they don't care,
Yeah.
and they will never get you back.
Of course. Okay. So you've mentioned a lot of things. One of them was actually at the very beginning. You mentioned deplatforming. Can you tell us, this idea of deplatforming? What are they getting? What are streamers getting deplatformed for? And what is the consequences? What are they getting deplatformed from? Could you explain that a little bit?
So, deplatforming, I took that words deplatforming from Xenon because I saw something really interesting there, and it was right about deplatforming, what it is exactly. Basically, for my experience there, that I thought it was deplatforming, it's because it's not using the edge streamer when you stream. You're streaming directly into ingest server directly. It's not actually decentralizing or transcoding over the edge stream. I will explain what edge stream is. And yeah, you can see Troy actually posting what's about deplatforming, and I was referred by that. Yes, exactly it is. So so if you want to see the PDF is not the PDF, but the pictures is over there. What I'm talking about. And I received a warn on my email say I'm low effort streaming. So I was, what the fuck? I just actually get warned about low effort just because I streaming some music. They considering like if you playing some music, you against the law over there. So you get warned or risk to get banned. And I was also talking a little bit badly about Theta. I was saying like, oh, this is sad how the platform goes. They not even having like an update over there. So they warned me. They warned me for a content. They warned me about what I stream. They warned me about everything. And also the T-Fuel over there. Yes, it's a crypto, but you cannot wide draw your T-Fuel without saying you have to fill a form from I don't know how it's called, that platform, but you have to fill like a form that's gonna wide draw directly into your bank account. So what's the point of like having a crypto called T-Fuel if you cannot wide draw into MetaMask or like even or in ETH or something like that? It's actually not a crypto platform fully. It's actually just a bullshit over there.
Very interesting. So people are getting deplatformed. They're getting pressure from, but this is Theta.tv, right? Is this like so? Like Theta.tv is an app, I think, built on the Theta network. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's one of many apps. If the Theta network was decentralized, then hey, the apps can do what they want. They're just building on top of this, open source decentralized protocol, if you will. So Theta network is its own network. Are there other apps built on top of Theta that people can go to that is more decentralized? How does the ecosystem work over there?
It's really funny because if you want to get into Theta TV, you have to ask a golden stream key. So you actually need to having like a golden stream key for streaming over there, and they allowed you to stream over there. It's supposed to be proof of concept that I just learned recently, like 1 weeks ago. Everyone was disappointed to know, oh, Theta TV is just a proof of concept. So it's built on Theta network because they having Edge Stream. So Edge Stream is a bit complex to understand what Edge Stream is, but they saying they use Theta network because like it's supposed to be on Edge Stream, video streaming, transcoding directly into their server. But you have to streaming on Edge Stream, and it's like P2P streaming. The one person streaming, the viewers need to having Edge Stream to get connected on the stream. If the viewer does not have Edge Stream, he cannot watch your content. So this is why I actually the website is like all of it, I think.
Is that built into the Theta network directly, or is this just Theta.tv?
It's supposed to. It's supposed. But what I learned about analytic, it's half and half. 15% based on the Theta network because they implemented emotes on Theta network. They actually, when you drop an emote, it's actually NFT on Theta network.
Right.
Just only like that. Like
Right.
the small features are on the Theta network, but not the full website.
Right. So Theta network is built out Theta.tv, and they are managing it and basically have control over it, and they're using it as an example of what you could build on Theta. Is that kind of the idea?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
what other apps have you used built on top of Theta?
Sorry, just can you repeat?
What other apps, like live streaming apps or video apps, have you used that are built on top of Theta?
Me personally, I just use Theta TV. I use Edge Streamer. Edge Streamer as like running a node on my side to share resources and performance of my GPU.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's actually not really.
So you're an ambassador for Theta.tv, and you primarily only use that app. So I just wanted to clarify because I don't want to speak for the entire Theta network, right? We're going to speak more for your experience working or being an ambassador for an app built on top of Theta. I just don't want to make any assumptions, right?
I forgot to say that I use Theta Drop as well. And I actually have a side project that used the Theta network transcoding server because I was thinking to running my own website running on the Theta network. But now I just discovered Livepeer, so the thing is, really everything changed.
Yeah, definitely. So you've come back to this point a few times where you talked about how Theta has its own chain, and it's not interoperable with something like MetaMask. From your experience as an ambassador, how important is that interoperability to work with other chains? Do people feel siloed into their own little world? What has been your experience with that?
Can you reform the question? Sorry, this is because I have like a barrier language.
That's fine. How do people react to Theta being its own chain, its own network?
Okay. It's different the people to people, honestly. some of the people there actually believe that Theta will be a big thing. They stay there. Like if I talk about some streamer, they are a moderator, so of course they actually believe about Theta. They feel Theta will be like the biggest thing ever in their life. They think Theta will be the market in every other compete website. And other part actually are along me, so they actually follow me. I call my community, and they actually believe like Theta will go down in a hill. They think actually Theta will shutting down the server one day and disappear completely from internet. I think for my part, Theta is the biggest scam ever.
Right. Okay. Hence why you were an ambassador, and I think you said you at previously in a conversation we had that you had asked to leave being an ambassador. You had to actually ask to leave. Is that right?
Yep. Exactly.
Right. Okay, so it's a large accusation. Theta's a scam. Obviously, Theta does some things right. I mean, they have viewers and they have partnerships and they have kinds of, So I want to turn the table just a little bit. What has Theta done right that maybe ecosystems can learn from? What has worked over there?
They provided lots of proof of work. If I Google Theta, Theta Network, Samsung, they did a long time ago a collaborations with Theta Lab behind Theta Network. Samsung just have like collections NFTs on the latest Galaxy phone. So, like if I can see, Samsung and Theta Labs have collaborated on the one collections of NFTs accompanying the launch of the latest Galaxy phone. Theta was supposed to be on all Galaxy's phones. Theta was collaborating about with Ultra to integrating Theta TV on when you're opening like the applications in Ultra, you see Theta TV. But we never see on any Samsung, we never see Theta Network appear. We never see Theta Network on any of like Ultra applications yet. Just only in the alpha mode. But the beta was released, nothing in it. But we never see on any Galaxy phone. I own old Galaxy phone, and I try the latest version of the Galaxy phone. I never see that. I never see like the Samsung using it. I think like plenty of example. You just need to Google it. It's supposed to be on Galaxy S22, and I even never see.
And you would consider this a positive because they're collaborating, getting things on mobile, like really pushing it. Is that why that's a positive?
It was supposed to be positive. Right now, it's actually not positive. But if it's positive, and if Samsung really do a partnerships with Theta, I think that can launch Theta in the right position to having their ecosystems on Galaxy phone.
Yeah, it's still kind of a negative because it hasn't happened yet. What again? Like what is something positive that got you involved that you think they've actually done well? Like I don't want to.
Okay, what's positive that bring me there, right? The reason why I came on Theta.
Yeah.
Okay. The main thing why I came on Theta first at the beginning was because it's the possible way that the viewers earn. So because the viewers actually can share his bandwidth while watching you, like if you go on Theta TV right now, you click on T-Fuel earning, you get connecting peer to peer. So it's I want to watch you as an example. You're streaming on Theta right now. The thing is really positive for me. It's like you clicking on T-Fuel and you see how much peer you get connected. So you have a radius of 1K. I think the radius is 1K kilometers to get connecting on peers. More peer you have, more T-Fuel you have. So it's a win-win. It's a win for a streamer. It's a win for viewers. So you're earning a T-Fuel while you're watching someone. You're earning a T-Fuel while you're streaming. And long time ago, more you stream, more the pool, because you have a pool on your stream, and more the pool will be filled to T-Fuel. Simply like that.
Right, because I believe Theta heavily uses WebRTC connections between peers. If I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe.
Yeah. So it's like an open connection. Hence why I believe you need to actually download. Maybe I don't know enough about WebRTC to make any comments on it. But so you came in because you were able to earn in some money. You were able to do some streaming and do it in this new way that was supposedly decentralized and all the. How important is the decentralization factor being a streamer yourself? Does that matter to you, or is it simply just user experience first? Twitch is great. I'll use Twitch if it means that's what the user experience is great. Like what's important to you as a streamer?
It's very important because like the audience is thinking different. When you're talking about decentralizing stuff, it's important to me to having like end-to-end decentralized, because I think it's my opinion. For my opinion, I think everything is like crypted. It's more secure, more crypted. Credits.
Yeah. Have
Sorry.
you ever been deplatformed off of anything else?
No. It's the first time I see the platforming about Theta TV, but it's important to me also to having like how it's called, privacy of life. I don't know. Like I feel decentralized in the crypto world. It's more anonymous, accessible for everyone, and because it's using decentralizing, it's more easy, more real. I don't know how to call that, but you're more connected to the people, the real world.
Very cool. Yeah, I have another question, and then I'm going to open it up to the floor for general questions. So if you have a question, please write it down now so that you can hop right in after this one. Theta, they're quite famous for having patents in their code. It's open source, but I believe it's like patented still. They have partnerships, all these things. Do you feel that these things go against the whole Web3 ethos, or how do you view these partnerships and patents from the Theta network or Theta Labs, I believe it is?
Yeah, partnerships with Theta, I don't know. I prefer not saying anything about that because I will just only raging. But
sure, you might not have enough information about it to make a comment on it.
Exact.
Yeah.
It's just because I feel abandoned by the team. I feel abandoned by Theta Network. I invested so much. I stack so much in Theta. My sisters too. My sister was there. She actually invested around like $10K on it, and everything is gone right now. Not because like the value, but she actually withdraw in a great time. But we don't want to investing anymore on it. I think it's not worth it. It's more worth it on Livepeer.
Sure. I mean, hey, sounds good to me. But it's very interesting. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open it up to the floor for people to ask questions directly to LordWaffl. Who would like to hop in with a question? Go ahead.
I put a question in chat.
Oh, here we
Waffle.
Yeah, thanks. That will help me.
go. Yeah, go ahead, Transmental.
Yeah, I just posted a link to it. I just put a question in our stream chat. I saw you say something about you're worried that Xenon's gonna turn into Theta, and I'm just wondering, like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are we doing at Xenon that signals you thinking that we're gonna end up in the same position?
At the moment, I prefer not saying anything about that, but I definitely will answer you off the cooler chat.
Very good. Anyone else have any questions for LordWaffl?
I was just looking at Theta TV right now while you were speaking, and you said you were deplatformed, or you were threatened to be deplatformed? Because I still, I mean, if I search your name, I still see some videos from you up there.
Yep.
Just trying to understand.
Definitely.
Maybe I missed something.
I am still streaming over there. That's true. I still have like the videos running over there. I still have activities over there because like some OG people are still sticking into Theta. So I believe it's important to me to keep them in that way. As an example, one user called Purple Lotus is actually a really loyal members over Theta TV, and he will not left Theta TV if they not shutting down. So some of the people actually are really loyal to me, and they actually keep continuing watch me over there. So this is why it's important. I called Waffle Uncle before, not LordWaffl. I changed my name on Theta, but you can see my old videos about me, like LordWaffl wearing a mask. That was my characters, but yes, I still do have an activities over there. But they give me a
So-
second chance.
You've said a lot of negative stuff about Theta TV, and I've openly shown concern for Theta a few times, just the network as a whole and the way they do partnerships. But like you've really talked down about their platform, but you're still streaming over there. I just like if it's really that bad, wouldn't you close shop and fully move to Xenon and pull your audience away from Theta, and do the best you can to pull them away? Because I don't know, it sounds like there's a massive negative connotation with Theta TV and yourself, and to still be streaming there is it's interesting to me.
Yeah, no problem. I truly understand. It's really important to me to not shutting down a door to Theta TV because I actually, like I said, have OG members are really loyal over there. And if I move too quick and if I bring everyone into Xenon, I will probably waste valuable member over there. They don't want to quit Theta, so this is why I'm still streaming there for the enjoyment and because they enjoy my stream and they laugh a lot when I doing a twerk stream. But I feel I have to stay there. I feel they need me. They need me for putting a smile on some people. They don't want to move on Twitch, Kick, whatever. They want to watch me there. It's I don't know why they don't want to left. I told so many times to the people on my stream, I will move. I will move over Xenon. I will move over Vim. I will move over there and there. They don't want to move. They sticky there.
Do you? Sorry, Titan. Do you mind if I just ask
You keep
one more
going, buddy.
question? Thank you. Do you think Theta TV has a shot of redemption in your eyes? Do you think they can win you back?
Interesting question. If they do some crazy update, if they actually bring back earning for T Fuel, I will definitely return back. Not as an ambassador, because I talk a lot badly about them, so I will not be a best for doing ambassador status over there. But if they bring back some of updates like T Fuel earning when you're watching, and if you earn like 1 T Fuel, it's 1 cent. I don't care. It's a little money. But if my viewers still earning money over there and they have a good economic system, I will definitely stream more there. But I believe Xenon will surpass everything. I think Xenon are more faster compared to Theta. Dev is more active, by the way, on Xenon, so I think it's big loss for Theta.
Yeah, no, Xenon's absolutely crushing it, and I think there's a lot of work to be done on Livepeer's end as well to really be a massive player in this space and help Xenon achieve their goals. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting dynamic to still be streaming there and to really not be a fan. And yeah, it's
They
fascinating to me.
also never they never get act yet. I talk about act. It's actually a bit scared, but Theta get act like probably 5 times. What's happened? Everyone was locked on the website. Literally, we just received an email from Theta that our account was disabled for random reason. Many people actually making bot account. It was spamming the chat like a lot. We actually have everybody was IP was leaked. So when we directly streaming on Theta, our IP address was definitely leaked. So many people actually are behind DDoS, doxed, and everywhere, everything there. For my part, I was not, because I always use a proxy when I stream. I always use restream technologies that protect me from that. But definitely Xenon, I think they don't having an issue yet about that.
So, Ben, if you have any more, please go ahead.
No, go for it. Thanks, Titan.
So LordWaffl, this Theta is its own chain. They went with this kind of 20 or 30 validator proof of stake concept, where I believe the validators are run by large corporations. And so we already know blockchains are extremely hard to do. I mean, Ethereum has constant hate over how its architecture is, and other L1 killers are lots of scrutiny. How important is the monetary security of the Theta network for the people using it? Do they think about this, or did they just see the word blockchain and they think all blockchains are made equal?
I don't know. I think they probably don't care. Many times as people actually report some issues over the staff. The only answer that we have, it's a generic answer. A team and dev is on it. Never heard about anything, any update about that.
Right.
It's so inactive. We don't know.
Cool. Great. I have 2 more questions to end it off. So what, you mentioned Xenon, and you're exploring, the Livepeer network. What other platforms have you explored? What other platforms are you currently experimenting with? And kind of what rabbit holes have you gone down for the streaming kind of as a streamer, and what do you like, and what have you found difficult to use?
What I found difficult to use about, like, in generals on all mini platforms that I am. I don't know. Can you reformulate the question?
Sure. As you're looking for a new platform, what's important to you?
What's important for me for the new platform? It's important they having like a stability of economic system, and I think they the platform need to having win-win system, like win for viewers and win for the streamer, because it's really important for engage the interactions with the streamer and the viewers. Interaction is the key, because like your content, yes, definitely will do the difference, but the platform need as well to give something to the viewers to stay. Hey, you need to stay on my platform for discovering a new streamers, and you need to stay here. So here's a gift for you, a welcome gift, an emote, maybe a promo code, maybe anything. I don't know, but they need to having like a kind of reward systems, or probably like a calendar reward systems. Day 1 that you are on the website, congratulations, you now unlock the followers. Second day, say something like that. Like you give something to unlock feature, probably. Like, oh, you unlock to be a streamers on the website because it's like 1 week that you discover some streamers, so now you're ready for streaming. Something like that. I feel that's really important. Kick does the thing, and they plan to pay small streamer, but it's still not a win-win. They don't give a shit about viewers, so it's why I'm not going to Kick.
Very good. Interesting. Economic security economic factors for both the live streamer and the viewer. I believe that would be a very important thing or not Livepeer specifically, but crypto can enable.
Viewers is the most important thing. I think viewers is what we need to take about it. Because on the streaming website, if you don't have viewers, what's the point to streaming on the website if you cannot discover yourself to other people? Like, what's the point to streaming there? For me, I was streaming on different platform because it's bringing new people. So this is really important to keep your viewers staying on the platform, not like, say, dealing with the biggest brand or biggest people. Like if you bring a big streamer on the platform, yes, it's good. They're gonna bring a new user, but the new user will never watch a new streamer because they don't care. They actually stick into one streamer. So you have to do something special for discovering a new streamer. You have to build new things for the platform that's going to bring a new user. Like Livepeer constantly developing. I saw Livepeer offering the fastest the fastest stream encoder. I think it's called STL. That was make me so hyped to see that, and I just tested it. So that's actually stick me as a streamer because I use that right now just for my own purposes. But it's awesome. They have to focus on the viewers. Most important thing.
Very good. Yeah, I guess last question is actually before I do the last one, does anyone else want to jump in with any comments or questions? Anything? Okay, so I guess the last question is, how can people follow you? How can people find out about you? I know that.
Titan.
Yes, go ahead, Joe.
There. Aren't there people with their hands up like in the audience that want to ask questions?
No,
like,
that's me
can't
inviting them up. If it's a green hand, it's
Oh.
me inviting them up, and if it's a black hand, it's them asking to be invited up.
Oh, because I thought these guys had some questions in the chat, or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean there are people in the chat definitely asking, like talking. There's like definitely, there's memes going on, and
I see.
all these types of things.
Yeah,
There's
good
also people on Xenon chatting. Thanks Troy for the credits. Thanks Transmental for the credits. And
Rain.
yeah, everyone's in there. It's amazing. So we'll post this back on Xenon and
Can we drop some alpha actually? Like I know LordWaffl will be happy about this. Like we can drop some alpha right now.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
All right. We will be dropping the affiliate program tomorrow. So LordWaffl, get your stream ready, sir. We're gonna need to get the subscribers going. What that really means is like what LordWaffl was talking about, where you have to incentivize the fans to be on the site in some way and to create interaction. Well, you need to also create essentially you're creating the market, right? So on one side you have the streamers, and then on the other side you have things that keep the viewers there. And Xenon, in my opinion, has done an amazing job at cultivating streamers because we needed to get that side done first. But now we are very focused on getting the viewers or the fans much more engaged, and we're going to be using Web3 tools long term to incentivize this type of interaction. And what that will do is it will actually allow for the fan to also in some way monetize themselves as being a fan of the creator inside of that economic ecosystem. I'm going to be releasing a Medium article tomorrow with the launch of the affiliate program that kind of dives a little deeper into this. But this was really right now in my opinion, is pretty much us leaving beta. This is kind of where our business lies. It's not just streaming, right? And it's not just it's this interaction between the fans and the creators, and that's where we start to monetize. So I'm very excited because it's taken a long time to get here, and we've done a lot of testing, and we've built a lot of cool, really, really cool stuff. But now it's time for us to really launch this thing. And I don't know, maybe next week we can come back after this thing's been running for a week, and maybe we can do a long Q&A for people. If you're interested in it, Titan. I mean, I know we're all pretty busy here.
Very good. I like it. That is some good alpha, and I'll do a quick drop. Actually, no. Before I do my drop, let's finish off with Waffle's Q&A. Waffle, how can people find out about you? How can people follow you? And I know you are in the works of publishing, I believe it is like a podcast style interview thing. Where can people find that? And yeah, you want to tell us a little bit about where we can keep following you?
So the most important thing, you need to follow me on Twitter, because I just restart to be active more than ever on Twitter, because I saw like it's really important to have some spot over there. You can also follow me on LordWaffl3. So I'm gonna drop you my links over there. Thank you, and shoot out for Twar to help me having it. And so I will post on all my social networks where you can follow me, probably a link tree. So you will have all my streaming platform that I am. And mostly I will do an update on Xenon. So all my podcast will actually showing on VOD into Xenon. So thank you, Troy, for just dropping my Xenon as well. So I'm gonna post all the podcasts that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna also do Let's Talk About series. The first one will be released soon. I actually do a montage of it. So I just actually do a last podcast about Titan Node. We're gonna do probably another sessions about Theta Node, Q&A podcast, and we're gonna jump over different projects around Livepeer as my main objective, and after we're gonna drop into Polygon network. So thank you so much. So you can follow me right over there.
Very cool. Thank you for joining us, Waffle. Appreciate your time and sharing some insight. Do
No
appreciate
problem.
you being here.
It's a pleasure.
Cool. All right, we're gonna head into the second half of the water cooler chat, where we're gonna talk about some things. But yeah, quick shout out. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be doing a Livepeer trivia hosted on Xenon. So if you want to come earn some credits and come get some, test out your knowledge of the Livepeer ecosystem, I'm going to be pushing it pretty hard on Lens and Twitter to see if we can get people showing up and learning about Livepeer, how it works, and also just playing some games. I have a list of web games that I can play with my audience. So come join in. It should be pretty fun. I'm pretty excited for another Q&A giveaway. So, or a trivia giveaway. I did the last one on Broadcaster, and it was a ton of fun. So, going to do that again, but maybe just keep improving it, keep getting it better. So, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, come check it out. All right, let's do the topics. I'd like to start off with Papa Bear. Papa Bear, you had mentioned Brad's selection algorithm test dashboard. Do you want to tell us a little bit? You obviously are using it more than any of us. Do you want to tell us what you've seen so far and some insights?
Well, I mean, yeah,
Or what your
I've
topic
definitely
is.
been.
Sorry, I am
Yeah,
assuming your topic.
No. I mean, I've certainly been using it a lot, and just I've actually learned quite a bit by just on like how my orchestrator is performing and other ones that where I go in and because you can filter by orchestrator and then download a JSON file or the log files from the broadcaster to see kind of what's going on behind the scenes, which was really all I thought we were going to get from this. I didn't think we'd get a visual, so thanks, Brad, for making it visual, because it really makes it a lot easier to at least get the overview. But you can really dig in deep and see, like, if you lost a stream, why, like that you weren't, where was the problem? Were you transcoding too slow? Was your transfer rate, either up or down too slow? And it's just interesting also to see the breakdowns. And there's been, Brad's been adding stuff onto this, and I know Brad's here now, but so he could probably explain a lot of this stuff better than I could. But so it's been restarted several times, and it's interesting to see just, like just kind of how statistics really play out over time. Sometimes when, something restarts and there's 100 streams, the data looks a lot different than it does when you're at like 1,500, 1,600 streams. So just I find it to be very interesting, and I've also found just it's really interesting also to see the kind of the breakdown on like certain orchestrators that don't perform well. How many streams they're dropping, and kind of curious to know how much that really affects the net, or how that does affect the network. Where if like if an orchestrator is basically set to transcode but gets the stream and can't, then that's just it's a extra delay that's added on to the stream for the end viewer. So I think it would be interesting if there could be a way to filter out those orchestrators from or putting some penalties, I guess, maybe onto orchestrators that aren't performing, because there's some that just never ever can transcode in real time that are getting streams, and then there are some that hey, there's a hiccup, network issues happen, you're on the internet, that's going to happen. So trying to taking it to the next step would be like just kind of figuring out maybe a penalty system to just make sure that we're working with high performing orchestrators. And I have to say, overall, most orchestrators perform pretty well, at least in these New York and EU regions. But I was just kind of curious to know if anyone else has been looking at it, if there's stuff that you're like, oh, it'd be cool if this was there or not, because we're also working with Tom and Emron to build this out officially for Livepeer. So it'll be quite a bit more data coming in from the actual broadcasters that are sending the bulk of the data to the network. So it's just, I don't know who else, if people have been looking at it or just looking for feedback. Sorry, Brad, if I'm taking over your project, but you weren't here, so I was curious.
It's all good. That was a pretty good overview. So I would agree that Papa Bear is the most involved, other than me, on it. We're bouncing stuff off each other a lot during these last few days.
That's incredible. That's really, really good to hear. Emran, sorry, I think it's Emran. We should get him on a call and we can discuss maybe what the next steps are or anything. So what I'll do is I'll have to schedule a call. I mentioned it in the chat there that I would do that, but I don't know if I got much of a reply. So maybe I'll just do it and hopefully people show up, kind of like the last couple times we've done it. And,
yeah, I saw that. I didn't respond to it because I figured I am not one of the ones doing any of the heavy lifting there, so I can do my best to make myself available at the people that are more important to be on the call. But I did notice that no one responded to that. So
all right,
I saw it and then I forgot about it.
I'll take the lead and I'll just do it and then see how it goes. I tend to do that a lot. Sometimes it works, so hey, I'll just do that again. Cool.
I can make it for that too. Yeah, sorry, I got a bit distracted with stuff.
Yeah, the time I proposed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, that sounds absolutely amazing. What I'll do is I'll schedule that in and we'll go from there. So yeah, no, because what I'd like to do is Brad has done all this work, and well, John too, and Papa Bear, big shout out, to getting this logging done and having like a really nice interface to get started with. And but now we just need the Livepeer Inc. side to step up and give us the method to do it. So I want to make sure that doesn't fall through, because I think this is just such a big upgrade for us that it would be worth pushing and making sure that it happens. So yeah, I'll schedule that, and yeah, pretty excited for what happens. Are there any other log lines that we need to explore or add, Brad or John or Papa Bear? Is there anything extra that we may have missed that or are we still just scratching the surface?
Yeah, Papa Bear's asked for discovery latency, like how long it takes to get back the orchestrator info request. I don't know if we want to.
I think that would be interesting to see, but if it starts to become like these logs are, I know, getting pretty thick as they are, I certainly understand that. I'm just wondering if, because right now the cutoff time is 500 milliseconds for, to be included in the pool. It can go longer. It can go longer than that, but it doesn't seem to ever be an issue that there's not enough orchestrators at 500 milliseconds. I'd be curious to see like well, I guess we could also try to set the pool time to like 250 milliseconds or something and just see how it plays out, or if that's even something that's important. I don't know. Because I guess one of the things that I've noticed here is that just performance, I mean, it plays a role as far as your discovery time response. But as long as you're within that, that's really the only performance metric that's taken into consideration other than once you already have a stream, but for being selected. So I don't even know if that would really be much of a change in how work is distributed if you're just going by how fast someone can respond, because I think that my guess, again, because I don't have the actual numbers on that, but like that the orchestrators that are responding and getting a lot of work and not able to ever return in real time would probably still make it into the pool, just because they're over their location. If they're in New York, they're going to be able to respond fast enough. They're in a data center. But the pools just seem pretty large. I don't know if there's a advantage or disadvantage to having them that big, but might be just something interesting to play with.
Yeah, the pool sizes are about 53 orchestrators for each test that I send. That's the average. Minimum of 42 right now and maximum of 77.
Yeah, so it seems it's a lot of orchestrators in a pool. I mean, I originally thought it was like 8 that made it into the pool. So
it was a while ago.
It used to be 8 like
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, now I don't think that, now there's no cap on it. It's just you respond within a certain time, and you're in. Which again, I don't know how much that would really change how things work if it was put to a shorter time. But might be interesting just to see. I guess I mean it's weird. This is when I was looking at it over the weekend, we had a lot more data. There were just like 2 orchestrators, especially in the US, that were getting a lot of streams and not able to complete any of them, and that was really throwing off. It was really just very obvious that there was a big discrepancy in being selected and not being able to perform. I mean, it's quite a bit more evened out right now at the what are we at, 255 streams, but but yeah, over the weekend it was very clear that you could just see there were 2 orchestrators again in New York that were just getting a good chunk of work and dropping the stream. So that just doesn't seem like a good. It just doesn't seem good for the network. Yeah, and again, I don't think that having a shorter response time would probably do much for that. But I guess sorry to interrupt, Brad, but I just want to finish. I don't know if there's any kind of performance other than just having a response time be included in the algorithm down the road. But I think that would be something I'd like to see. I just feel that I mean, we want to get stuff back as fast and as reliably as possible. So it just seems to make sense that you would want to prioritize orchestrators that are performing well. There should be some benefit to that. I mean, there's costs involved with having infrastructure set up to do that. So it seems like a good idea to reward that type of orchestrator.
And you're talking about the transcode time, right?
I'm talking about, just for like, for even in the selection, the whole selection, just, I don't know that how it would work. I mean, there would probably have to be some kind of database that then the broadcaster, pulls data in from down the road once it builds up info on, how well transcoding was performed by each O. So maybe like instead of it being like a, just a 70-30, stake random, there maybe also be a performance metric in there as well. So maybe it's like, I'm just throwing numbers out. What if it was 35, 35, 35? Just sometimes it made a stake select, or a third of the time it made, or 35, 35 doesn't make sense. But if it totaled up to 100 and it was evenly distributed between, it makes a stake selection, a random selection, or a performance selection, just to kind of help distribute the work out better and also prioritize high performing orchestrators. That's just my thought. I haven't completely thought it all the way out, but my 2 cents.
Can anyone share a link to that dashboard? I'd like to look at it.
Yeah, I posted it earlier, but I'll repost it.
Oh, since Elite is here, just reminded me. Elite, do you want to? I'm sorry, I'm totally hijacking the conversation here. Do you want to maybe at some point talk about the grant that you submitted?
Yeah, I can bring it up.
If you guys are done, I'm sorry about that.
No, but Papa Bear,
Jumped in there.
I gotta go use the bathroom. Why don't you take over for a sec?
Okay. I got out.
Just say
but
Papa Bear or say Ben. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah, no
You
worries.
said Papa
We got
Bear,
this,
but if
Papa
Ben
Bear.
wants to take it over, that works for me too.
Sorry. I'll let.
got
Oh
through what I
my!
was
I'm
about to say.
totally ruining this whole thing. John, why don't you
Go to the bathroom? Go to the bathroom. We'll work it out.
All right.
Well, this is a good conversation on the broadcaster stuff. I have missed a lot of it, and I'm glad to see this dashboard for the first time. So I totally agree, Papa. There, we got to look for some patterns, and see how we can gather that data in a non-volatile way. That way broadcasters could use it. I think it's a really good thing to dive into, but we'll have to look for some patterns. It was interesting what you had found.
Every time I've reset it, it does kind of end up back at the same outcome. There is some variation, but give it enough time, it does even out to how it's set up to run right now. One of the most important things that I see is that the transcoding by almost all orchestrators is good and it's fast. It's usually under, like, the transcode score is like 0.7, so it's more than double real time. Like, it's back in 1 second usually.
More than half of real time.
Half of real time. That's what I mean. Sorry, went the wrong way.
Yeah, that's all good.
And the ones that aren't, like, have that are slower than real time, 90% or something, is attributable to the ones that are not transcoding, or they might be transcoding on a CPU.
That would be my guess, is that they've got transcoding on and they just got a CPU in there. And I think my guess is they're probably just set up a while back. And I mean, I got a total guess, but I don't think they're even really, they don't care less about whether they transcode or not. I think they're just in there collecting the LPT rewards. So I don't think they'd be, well, since they're not, well, they actually are earning ETH because they do get a lot of streams. So that they do get a decent amount of ETH, shockingly. But my guess is that it's just, they're not even trying to do that. I think they're just it's a side effect of just their setup, just having the transcoding flag turned on.
So we do have like when it says orchestrator swapped, I think that as at least one data point on like a stream began, but then it got moved due to quality.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that can happen most of the time. It happens on the first segment. There are sometimes it happens. The tests I send are 10 segments, so there are some that happen in the middle as well. But generally speaking, it's on the first one because most of the orchestrators are transcoding pretty well.
That's good to know.
It would be actually really interesting if Livepeer implements it this way, to see, on longer streams, if that holds true, that it's really just like kind of like, right away first segment, and it's or if again, it is the internet, so a network hiccup, halfway through a 1 hour stream, it doesn't seem something would be that rare or that uncommon, or wouldn't be surprising to see. But
So Elite, would love to know about the grant you submitted and how it could potentially help broadcasters. If you want to give a little overview on that.
Yeah, we can move over to that. I talked about it a little bit last time I was on Water Cooler, but I think I ran through it a little fast, so I'll try to explain the value a bit more. So when I first found Livepeer and was building my own little streaming website, it was like back in 2019, one of the challenges I ran into was the ability to record a video. And since then, there's been recording added, but the S3 record store flag was used for storing video to S3 storage. A common product offering is like with DigitalOcean or StoreJ or pretty much any of these, you can get an S3 bucket with a CDN cache on it. And that allows you to really quickly set up a web server and serve files off the S3 bucket. And there's access controls in there. But what we're looking to do is essentially with Livepeer be able to record to the S3 bucket and then play back the video over that CDN cache. Today, the reason why you can't play it back over the CDN cache is because the video is stored, like the playlist, the segments. The segments are there, but the M3U8 playlists are missing. The reason for that is it looks like some performance optimization. So you ultimately end up with like a JSON file describing the segments for that stream, and there's a new JSON file created every hour. And it looks like there's an existing method in Livepeer where you can play back those recordings through the broadcaster node. I've actually not been able to get it to work, and it looks to me like it may not be functional based off some things that I found. So the scope of what I'm doing is to make it so that those M3U8 playlists are available on S3, and so you can play the entire video both while it's streaming live and also recorded over the S3 bucket /CDN. And to get all those configurations in place, like the caching of, or rather not caching the playlists, and getting the access control for the segments set up. So that way, when you use this configuration pretty much out of the box, you can start using S3 with the CDN as sort of a quick, CDN solution, pretty turnkey. And then you can also have the recording there. We'll be adding some flags so you can turn this functionality off and on. Currently not looking to change anything that Livepeer does as far as recordings. And there's a little bit more research to do to see how Studio is or may not be fully integrated with this functionality as it is today. But what we're doing is building on top of an existing recording functionality so that you'll have those playlists on the S3 bucket. I hope that makes sense. It got a little technical, but
No, so in layman's terms, essentially right now you have to have a broadcaster online to play video back, right?
that's what it looks like to me. I mean, I know Studio has a recording functionality that integrates with S3, and it uses this, but you have to play back through a broadcaster node, and with this type of configuration, you could record a video pretty much to anything, any kind of object storage, and then from that object storage, you can just play it back.
Yeah. And then there's another grant as well that this plays into. I'm not sure if anyone who published that grant is here, but it seems really, really interesting. And that's utilizing ETH Swarm for Livepeer. I know Marco's in the audience, and he's been pretty deep in that. I don't know too much about it, but it looks pretty incredible. ETH Swarm as a whole, I don't know if you guys have looked into it, is pretty badass.
Yeah, who is doing the Swarm integration? Can't remember. Was that not John? Was that not you?
Decentralized video on decentralized storage. Swarm also has a decentralized CDN component to it as well. So what we're building with the Swarm project is just an S3 adapter on their side that allows the segments to go through. And there is an access key for S3. So what we're hoping to do is pass some type of authentication info from the broadcaster to Swarm through the S3 adapter, and that way a user could prepay for their storage with Swarm, and it'll just charge their postage stamps or whichever on their ETH account as the segments get stored. It's a really exciting integration that allows the entire Web3 stack to kind of come alive. And I think longer term, what we're thinking about is if S3 can be used in this way, why do we need to send the segments back to the broadcaster? The orchestrator could send all those to S3. It can be played back over S3. And then you get to a point where, broadcaster doesn't even have to get anything back. So you start enabling new use cases like, serverless code or JavaScript use cases. You could have a Livepeer framework in JavaScript that is a broadcaster, where the broadcaster and publisher are the same person. You don't have to have any server processing that.
That's a really interesting thing you mentioned, because if for the verification verification status of the video, it doesn't actually need to come back to the broadcaster, does it? Like, if the broadcaster receives the initial ingest, it can create a true bit verification hash against that frame. When the orchestrator transcodes it, it can send the hash back to the broadcaster, which would then, get verified. But the whole segments, the final video doesn't need to get sent back, does it? Or does it? Because just because you're spoofing the video, you could be sending back the hashes, but then you're still sending off different data to the endpoint, right?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think we really have to send them back to fully verify. Another use case is the broadcaster could connect to S3 and get the segments from there itself. So you can kind of decentralize that a little bit, but I guess depends on how what type of broadcaster you're looking to build. I don't think verification is used a whole lot today.
I don't believe it's used at all.
We try to, right. I think we're just trying to keep the functionality there. Technically, you could accomplish that over using the S3 bucket as an intermediary.
Right. I mean,
that's a good idea with the hashes.
Yeah, like, you send back the hash. You don't have to send back the video, and then you could just say, this is the outcome, right? But the problem is, you send back the hash. Great, that means you've done the work, but it doesn't mean that what's being sent forward is the right video, right?
Right.
So, at what point does that matter? I mean, Yahom or Thul, he thinks the idea of all that is nonsense. I won't speak for him, but he has this idea that why would anyone pay? Or no, sorry, I will take that back. The verification process wasn't what he had mentioned. It was actually the slashing. He thought the slashing was unnecessary. But yeah, the verification process. Yeah, does that need to go back to the broadcaster? But it might. Otherwise, how do you know? But then again, in a decentralized network, then does that mean the broadcaster is the centralized point?
Exactly, and that's the risk that I see with the design today. For trying to build censorship-resistant streaming platforms, having some kind of server-side code, it's useful for some certain scenarios, but it becomes that weak link. Somebody could just shut down the little video broadcasting website you built. I've never seen any cases where transcoding providers got censored.
Right.
They always go after where it's hosted. So if a broadcaster could be a smartphone with just JavaScript running on it and the camera's active and you're just streaming, it's kind of going off into the ether sphere. That enables new use cases that are pretty disruptive.
Definitely. There you go. Sounds like we got a lot to do. And a lot to build. So
I dropped the 2 grants in the chat if anyone wants to take a look at them.
Yeah, it is making some progress. There have been some challenges with just getting those JSON files back. I'm kind of learning more about how the code is structured. So it's been a lot to digest. But we do have a good working example of it live streaming over the S3 and CDN. And so far, we've got it to play back up to an hour. At this moment, it's a matter of serializing those multiple JSON playlists.
Very good. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Do we have any more topics to cover? Does anyone else want to bring something up that hasn't been covered already? Very cool. I think we are out of topics. The only topics were if Transmental is still here, which I don't believe he is. We were going to talk about Lens protocol HLS support. So maybe come up with a strategy on how we could ask Lens to add HLS support so that we could have streaming directly into Lens protocol. And so I know that over at Lens, over at Xenon, they're doing Lens integrations. So hopefully they'll come up with some sort of strategy there on how they can move forward and implement that. But I think that would be a good thing to maybe shout out. If you have a Twitter or a Lens account, maybe just at some of the Lens developers and just say, hey, you should add a live streaming HLS support. Or HSL? HLS? I don't know which one it is. Or maybe some different form of support. I'm not too sure. Cool. And then big shout out to Maddie for coming. I know he's not here, but yeah, everyone head over to the ETH Global Discord. If you're not in it already, just go ahead and join the ETH Global. Search it up. And hop into the Livepeer thing there and just provide some guidance if you could. Or at least just some hype. That would be cool as well. I'm sure people at hackathons, they love hype.
Oh, I'll drop one more thing. If anyone's active on Polygon, they just released an announcement about their whole Polygon version 2 thing. If you guys want another airdrop similar to ARB, you got to interact with their ZK EVM bridging. Might as well do it because they've officially announced a token drop. So stack up.
Yeah, let's go airdrop farming. Bada boom, bada bing. I love it. Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and end it there. It was a very insightful, exciting, and well-attended water cooler due to our guest and the topics we've covered today. So it's been very, very exciting. Thanks, everyone, for watching on Xenon. I think my stream just failed, though, for some reason. Discord disconnected, but it reconnected. There we go. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Must have been my internet. But yeah. Thanks for coming, and we do appreciate everyone coming here, providing feedback, and creating some decentralized, open source world infrastructure for video. So it's great to be here, and we will see you all next week. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.